Hi everyone! I wanted to share with you what my hesitations were before I became a Beachbody coach. So I know a lot of you are thinking about this and thinking, I don't know if this coaching thing is for me. I'm not sure. Well, we all had hesitations before we started. No one just jumped right in and was like, oh yeah, I'm all for this right away. That's a rare thing, especially if you're someone like me who researches everything to death before I make a decision. So let me tell you, I researched everything to death before deciding to be a coach. So let me share with you a few of my hesitations I had and how I got over them. And I realize now that they were very silly hesitations, and I kind of wish I had jumped on sooner being a coach. So I'm just going to go through a few of them. So the first one was that I was afraid of sounding like a salesperson and being a salesperson. I am not a salesperson at all. If I was like, hey, you want to buy this? And they're like, no, I'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, cool. I am not a salesperson, and that is not at all what you do as a coach. Yes, you are selling products, but you're not going about it in a way a salesperson would, which is what my fear was at the beginning. So what you do is you're proof of the product and you're sharing your passion, and because of that passion, it draws people in. So you're not having to go out and be like, you should buy this and you should do this. And no, you're not going to be one of those annoying salespeople. It is not at all about that. It's really about finding your passion and sharing your story and sharing your passion to help others. So there is not a salesperson aspect to this. So that is a hesitation that I would wish I had gotten over sooner, because that was one of my biggest ones. Second, I was worried about how much Shakeology costs. It is expensive, and it is hard to explain to people why it is worth it until you try it. I have been drinking it for a little over a year now, and I have not been sick. I feel so much better. It is like I crave it if I don't have it. And I break down the cost of it, and it's just over $4 a meal if you use it as a replacement, and I have it as my breakfast every morning. And the other thing with it is, as a coach, you're going to start earning money. And from the very beginning, from my first month of coaching, I have never paid for Shakeology of my own. I have made enough money coaching and I've helped enough people that I have enough to cover at least the costs of Shakeology every month. So it's not an issue for me of having to pay for that out of pocket. So that's something to consider, that from the very start. And I didn't spend a lot of time on coaching at the beginning, and I still was able to cover that cost. Which brings me to my next thing, which is time. I am a full-time engineer and I work a lot of hours. I'm also a Beachbody Live instructor. I teach a lot of classes, so I don't have a whole lot of free time. And I was really worried at the beginning that how can I make this business work if I only have an hour a day? If that is all I can allot is 1 hour a day, how the heck am I going to do this? Well, let me tell you, I've only allotted about an hour, maybe 2 hour max on some days, and not every day. And I have been able to succeed in this business. You just have to be organized, and you have to really want it and be passionate about it. And 1 hour a day, you can accomplish a heck of a lot if you put your mind to it. And so I have stuck to that, and I've done very well with just doing that. And I'm able to balance work with my fitness teaching, with Beachbody coaching, and of course, obviously having a personal life as well. So that was my third. And then my final hesitation that I had is just fear of failure. And that's a huge hesitation I've been having to work through my whole life, is that I don't want to try something if I don't know that I'm going to be good at it, if I'm afraid I'm going to fail. And you know what? You have to get over that fear, because nothing great is going to happen in your life if you're too afraid to try it. So for me, I had to there's a huge portion of this where personal development is a huge thing with Beachbody coaching. You need to work on you to be able to help others. And in doing all this personal development and just reading and listening to personal development things, it gave me a lot of confidence and a lot of positivity, and it kind of helped me get through that fear of failure. So what? So people are going to say no to you. They're going to think you're crazy because you're a fitness nut or whatever. Well, those aren't the kind of people you need in your life anyway. So I had to really work through. That was probably the biggest one for me, was that fear. But if you don't try, how are you going to accomplish great things if you're afraid to try? So those were my main fears going into coaching, and I can tell you now, a year in, that I have no reservations anymore. All of the hesitations I had, like I said, I wish I would have gotten over them sooner because this is an amazing opportunity and I have loved every second of it. So I hope that helps you get through a little of your fears, and let me know if you have any more I can help you with.